Good morning, this is Carrie from the Schmidt house. A little chilly this morning. We're in the 30s. We're in the 30s all day yesterday for our first little cold snap of the season. Tonight it's supposed to get down in the 20s and tomorrow morning. So we went out and cleaned up all of our jalapeno plants, picked everything we had, and some of them were ready to be picked, some probably not, but we picked them all, and we're going to go ahead and can them. Put them up for so we can save them a little bit. And this is what we have. We have a sink full. Like I say, some of them probably might not have been ready, but we'll mix them all up and put them all together. They will be fine. Better than letting them freeze and losing them. Like I say, we're going to see how much we get out of this. Going to wash them up, get them all washed really good, and make a brine and put them in some jars. Well, I did it again. Packed the jars, cooked them in the water bath, and I forgot to turn the recorder on. So I did 3 quarts. I'm going to do a few pints and half pints because I did not have any more quart jars, but maybe I won't be so absent-minded and I'll think about recording those. But this is how the quarts turned out. Turned out really nice, looked really good, really shrunk a lot, and I packed them in there. I pressed them down in there as hard as I could before I put the brine in there, and still there's all that space in there where they shrunk. But what I'll do once they've sealed really well, I'll turn them upside down, and it'll kind of separate them out a little bit more, and it won't look. You won't have that big gap in the bottom. So as I'm heating the brine, again, more brine for the next jars. That's just 4 cups of water, 2 cups of vinegar, half a cup of canning salt, and I put a large teaspoon of minced garlic in there. And I've got the old tamale cooker heating up, and the jars are in the oven, sterilizing. Put them in the oven on about 220, 230 for 20 minutes or so. Got my lids back there in some hot water, the seals. And out of all those jalapenos, did 3 quarts, and I barely put a dent in what I have here. So I'm sure I'm going to run out of jars. I'm not going to have enough to do all these, but well, I'll just freeze whatever I don't have room for, what I don't have jars for. So I've got them all packed, filled with the brine, and I'm now sealing with the lids. I did wipe the rims off with some vinegar just to make sure they're good and clean. And just kind of tighten these up, just finger tight. Heating up my water here. And I'm going to put them in there, and these pints and half pints, I'm only going to have to water the bath them for 10 minutes, where the quarts I did 20. And we're done. We have 3 quarts, 4 pints, and 4 half pints, and a gallon size freezer bag that's about 3/4 full. That just went in the freezer. So that's the last of our jalapeno canning. Do have some tomatoes in the freezer I need to do something with yet, but that's the end of that for this year. Happy Halloween.